What is this? Is the music coming from the car? At least the screen is on. What is this? What the heck is going on?
This is the OTA day.
Is this some weird Chinese thing or what? No, it's OTA day! Now I got it! This is the new version update announcement screen on the infotainment. So if I go to the settings, there must be the... Yes, there is the beautiful red dot over here, and it only means one thing. It means that there is a new over-the-air upgrade available for BYD Seal, and we are going to install that right away.
The electric seal.
Alright, so you can immediately tell here that this one is a small update, but look at the first feature here. Add personalized vehicle account memory linkage to your owner settings. So this must be the most cryptic ever way to say user profiles. But of course this is great news to have the user profiles. But if I would be writing the release notes, I would put it just, we added user profiles, enjoy. Then add Android Auto and Apple CarPlay support to some countries. Then wake up voice assistant when the screen is off. That sounds like a corner case. Some new voice skills. Cloud data management functionality, difficult to say what that is. Let's see. Then in the optimizations, radio signal improvement, that can be a big thing for many. ICC deactivation when it's not in use, so that's quite minor optimization. And then some language translations. Of course, this is the smallest increment update, 0.1 update. So not a big update package like some of the previous over-the-air updates. And based on the release note, it seems that there is quite small stuff here, but at least the first point here, the user profiles can be a major user experience improvement. So we'll check that one, but also the others. So let's get this upgrade started and measure the installation time. It says here 57 minutes, which sounds a lot because this is quite a small update, but let's see how accurate that estimate will be this time. And upgrade went through successfully, so version 2.1.1 is now installed, and this one was a quick installation. It didn't take nearly as long as it first estimated. Then we have the privacy statements. Everybody reads this through word by word. Alright, let's check the profiles. Where do we find the profiles? Do we have something in the seat positions? Oh, there is position 3. Nice. So that one wasn't mentioned, that there is a new memory position for the seats. But that's not the profiles. Anyway, let's see where can we find the profiles. Is there anything new here? I don't think so. Ah, but here, on the top right corner, there is this profile icon. Of course, the profiles reside here. Okay, account login, open the BYD app and scan the code for login. Alright, let's do that. Alright, so here we have the BYD app open, and now we just need to find the QR code scanning. It's in the app, in the Me section, this user icon here at the bottom right corner, and then there is the QR code scanning option there in the header. And now it asks me to confirm the login. I will do that. Okay, hi Mr. Seal, good evening. Thank you. Seats rear view mirror memory. Adjustment results can be saved in the specific account. Positions may vary along accounts as needed. Account login by scan. Yes, I did that already. Unlock an auto login. After the vehicle is unlocked with cloud key, the specific vehicle system account can be logged in automatically. Themes, wallpapers, ambient light memory. Okay, yeah, that's part of the profile as well. Yeah, okay, seems good. Let's memorize the current position and close this dialog. Okay, so these are the 3 memory positions for the seats, and then there is themes and ambient light, and that's about it. Well, I will just do a quick test here. Changing the seat position, I will use the 3rd memory position to save it. So if I go here, position 1, for some reason this doesn't work now. That's a bit weird. I will long press now to save the 1st memory position, and then going here. Okay, now it works as expected. But for some reason I lost my previous saved seat position that was saved into this memory position 1. I don't know what did I do wrong, but I lost those settings. So maybe you are more careful when you set up the profile, but I did something wrong apparently. I still don't know what it is. Yes, themes and wallpapers can be adjusted here. Ambient light as well. So that's good to have finally the profiles. It was mentioned quite many times on Electric Seal idea board. Taking a quick look here, you can see a lot of mentions of the profile during the last two years. Now I've had the car almost at 2 years, 1 month still to go to that two years mark. Yeah, better late than never to have the profiles. For me it hasn't been a mandatory feature, but I know that many will appreciate this quite a bit. That's definitely the highlight of this version 2.1.1 over-the-air update. And it's good to see that the software of the Seal 2024 model year of the Seal continuously develops, even though maybe not as fast in terms of substantial new features as the community would like. Let's not talk about the head-up display. Hey, wait a minute. I said head-up display aloud, and now I'm checking my head-up display. Something has changed about the head-up display. Okay, this is interesting. Now I will put the navigation on. Could it even be that there is something? Improve navigation experience. Holy moly! Oh, this is just some data sharing dialogue. I already thought that here it is finally, the improved navigation experience, but that was just dialogue to ask permission to improve the software. But now let's check something. Start the navigation. No, there isn't the navigation step in the head-up display. That maybe I was overly optimistic about it, but I had to try anyway. Now I wonder, with this new slightly improved layout, whether they have the blind spot indicator here. I'll try to test that as the first thing next morning, so let's see if there is anything new on that. And there is the blind spot indicator now on the head-up display. On the left side of the speed limit sign you saw the blind spot indicator, and also auto hold icon is visible here below the speed indicator, which actually is now a little bit smaller in size than in the previous HUD version. And can I tap here? Yes, I can. So I can set a profile photo. Alright, profile photo. Yes, this is the best photo I could find. Let's save that one. Yes. Alright, now I have it in place. Then personalized cabin. And okay, here is actually the rear view mirror as well. So that is, seats and rear view mirror adjustment results can be saved in the specific account. Yes. Good. Well done, development team. That is definitely value adding for many people. Even though it's not most extensive profile that I've seen in car infotainments, it's still, now after these 2 years, it's finally here. Also, I would have liked to see this home button do the same as in the Sea Lion. So if you tried the Sea Lion UI, when you long press the home button, it will give you the option if you would like to use the wallpaper. By the way, the wallpaper also reset with the profile update. So the profile update reset the wallpapers and, for me at least, the seat position. So that's not really optimal. It can be a little bit unpleasant surprise for many, even though many will appreciate the profiles, but it's a bit of extra work to set up everything again. For me at least, you know, both of those things were reset. But anyway, back to this. In the Sea Lion, it gives the option to select between the wallpaper and the navigation here as the home view, home screen of the infotainment. But unfortunately, with this latest 2.1.1 in the Seal, it doesn't yet do that. That was a nice little touch in the Sea Lion UI. But other than that, I don't see anything major. Well, I think the tire pressure widget, I think that one is gone because I can't find it anywhere. It was never here in the kind of app menu, but it was just here as its own, this kind of wide widget showing the tire pressures. Again, the Sea Lion does it so much better. It is here in the driver's display, neat and tidy, very easy to read, very easy to access. But we don't have that in the Seal, and now we don't have the widget either. Other than that, I don't see any changes in the applications. Let's visit the BYD store. There are no new applications, it seems. Yeah, these all are the same. Next, quick test of the Apple CarPlay, Android AI box, and of course also OBD2 reader. My hopes are not too high regarding the OBD2 port, but you never know. But let's see the Apple CarPlay. This is the AI box interface, and it is not the real full screen. You know, the header and the shortcut menu are still on top of the AI box UI. But now let's connect this OBD2 reader and let's see, going to the car scanner application, and if it's the same, it will crash the application or report no data. Oh, fingers crossed. Okay, this time no crashes, but it doesn't return any data. So it is still encrypted like in the previous 2.1.0. So no nice surprises here, unfortunately. And also, improved radio signal was one of the optimizations. I don't actually myself use a radio at all. So I can't comment on the improved radio signal, but yeah, there is such thing as a radio. Of course, many people use the radio. I'm just a weirdo who doesn't use it. But also idea board, you can see here, there's a lot of comments, a lot of thumbs up for the radio related requests. So if this is improved, then it's kind of a big deal for many. But I will let you to comment here in the comments section if you have found improvement with the 2.1.1 radio functionality. But maybe just a quick test here. Well, of course, impossible to say with these type of tests, but let me know in the comments what do you think about it. There was also some new voice skills regarding heating and ventilation, but I think for me those voice skills have been already sufficient. But then there was also this little bit cryptic mention of adding cloud data management functionality, and I found here in the settings this item. I don't know if this is anything to do with that, cloud-based data processing. And it says BYD has independently developed intelligent services. That sounds good. Where can I find those intelligent services? Please share, BYD. Where are those services? So how about the Sentry mode? Where is the Sentry mode, BYD? This is the most requested feature by the community. When I read some of these stuff, I was immediately thinking about Sentry Mode. It's already developed by third parties. Where is the first party implementation? Maybe that's part of the upcoming major 3.0 over-the-air upgrade, together with the head-up display, step-by-step navigation, and Sentry Mode here. Now that would be a substantial update. One of the quite minor improvements in this 2.1.1 was the ability to activate the voice assistant when the screen is off. To me that sounds like quite a weird feature to mention in the release notes, but well, what the heck, let's try it. So screen is off. I don't know what is the use case here, maybe someone knows better, but then pressing this one, I don't get it. It just opens the... Alright, well, I don't have any use for this feature, but maybe someone does. Alright, but that was the version 2.1.1. This time not a major update. I think only the profile is like a big thing. Of course also the updated head-up display layout, even though the main thing, which is the step-by-step navigation, is still not there. But anyway, good to see finally some head-up display updates, but mostly it's about the profile function, this 2.1.1. Hopefully there is a real improvement in the radio signal. That could be also another one that is value adding for many owners. But anyway, once again, it's the OTA day, so let's have some discussion in the comments. What do you think about the update? What worked well? Did you experience the same as I did with the seat position, that I lost my previous saved seat position with this update, or did I do something wrong? Please drop a comment below. Thanks for watching and see you in the next one.
This is the OTA day.